Hello, welcome to my live video tutorial for Couture. I am an independent designer and I want to show you how today I'm going to do 3 transfers, and I'm going to use my cross, and this cross is from Faith, Love, Hope, and Charity cross. I don't believe you can purchase it anymore. I think it's retired. Hello, Holly. I'm using my established wreath, and I kind of want to do something that's outside the box for me, and I have not tried this before, so it may work, it may not work, but I want to try to put this around the cross. I guess not like a crown of thorns, but kind of like that. And then on top of that, I'm going to use He is Risen. So I've listed the 3 different transfers. I am going to do it on this 12 by 18 Grayson board. And I always mark the top, because the reason why is because I don't want to make sure I don't turn it upside down. And then you have to put a new hook on it or something. So first thing I want to do is mark my transfers, and this one has not been marked yet, and this is so I put it back on the carrier sheet right. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to make sure I get the right name. Faith, Hope, and Charity cross. Okay, so I have that marked. Now the other pieces I would mark, but I already have them marked. Hello, Joy, Gary, Ken, thanks for stopping by. So, and this is my established wreath, because one side of the carrier sheet is going to be dull and the other side is shiny. You want to put it back on the shiny side. So that's one of the reasons why we want to mark it. And because I'm using pieces from different transfers, I want to make sure I know where to put that back when I'm done, so I know where to find it next time. So I've cut this out. As you can tell, it's kind of different, and this is what it looked like before I started. And then, so I had that piece, and then it had Love and Charity in it. So I cut this out. And now the first thing I want to do is fuzz this, because it hasn't been used before. And when I go to pull it up off the board, it will come up easier. And if I'm layering, fuzzing will help keep it from sticking. So I'm just going to use my 4-inch squeegee, and I'm just going to remove the carrier sheet from the transfer. And then this is my fuzzing cloth. So it's 2-sided. One I can wipe down the board, and the other side I can use to fuzz my transfer, because it's well, I guess I should explain. So Couture, it sells silk screen adhesive back reusable transfers and chalk paste that goes on wet, dries hard, and comes off with water. We also sell Couture ink, which can be used with our transfers but stays on permanent after heat setting. Our transfers, paste, inks can be used on many different surfaces, which make it super fun and easy to design, love, and repeat. It's DIY for the halls and walls of America. I have to memorize that so I don't have to keep trying to read it. But first things first. So it's, I kind of thought, instead of just doing the cross and putting He is Risen, I'm going to try switching it up and doing something, because if you don't kind of go with your imagination, are thoughts of things, then you'll never know. It could be really cool. And if it's not, it doesn't come out right, then all I have to do is use my water, use my board eraser, and I can clean that right off and then restart again. So this is Easter time, and say another season comes up, and if I wanted to erase this, I can do that and then use that board again to for another project. Okay, I don't know how many times I fuzzed that, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, so I am going to lay my board back. I've already wiped it down, and now I want to line it up. And then I want to see, so this is kind of what it looks like. And then once I'm really sure that this is not crooked, I'm going to kind of push it down with my squeegee, just making sure it has good contact to the board. Because this is a silk screen, so wherever you see this black part, that's where the color's gonna go. So I'm gonna use bark for the wood as a wood color. And I wanna make sure I don't have any air bubbles in this, because then the chalk paste will not lay down. Alfred, hello. Daniel and Singh. I can't remember how to say your first name. It's been a while since I've seen you. So I've already mixed this up. I'm going to use my Chalkology paste bark, and I'm going to use a squeegee. I'm going to put some down. Now I don't have an excessive amount of time for this, so I kind of want to get it on there and get it off. That way it doesn't start drying inside the screen, but I think we'll be fine. And this is a reason why I want to make sure my paste is a good consistency, kind of like a yogurt or maybe like cake batter, and because it helps it from drying out too fast on here if it's already kind of dry. Okay, so I'm gonna try to pull it up without stretching. Ooh, that looks so pretty. Now I'm gonna put it right into a water bath. I have 2 of them. So this is kind of what the water bath looks like. And that just helps me to put my transfer in there and aside, so that way it doesn't just sit there and dry in the screen, and then until I'm ready to wash it. So I'll put that there, and now I'm going to take my blow dryer and I'm going to make sure this is really dry. Make sure it's really dry, so that way when I put the layer on top of it, it doesn't peel it up. So I'll show you what it looks like so far. that. So it has a distressed, rustic wood look. So I debated for the longest time to see if I wanted to try something difficult or using my imagination or to go easy. And if it doesn't go right, I'll come back and do this again. So, but what I should probably do is wash that cross just in case I have to use that again. So give me one moment. That really wasn't much of a wash, but at least I'll wash it again if I need to use it again, or before I'm done with it to put it away. So I want this to not just be centered around there. I want to try to make the back of this kind of look like it's behind it. So I'm going to use my placement tape. Hi. My dogs are in here. Say hi, Brandy. Come here. Say hi. That's Brandy. I call her baby girl. And then I got Radar, who is kind of a little weirdo down here. He's a little Dachshund Chihuahua mix. Okay, so I'm not going to use the Establish. And just to show you the silk screen, if you can see that. Now, Couture sells these silk screens and they can be reused up to 10 to 12 times depending on how often or the different surfaces. So if you take good care of them, you could probably get more out of them. It's just the adhesive would be less sticky. So if you get a good contact, I have out of the site, and you know what? I'm going to show you. So up here, I used that. Okay, so the marine emblem, the logo, I use that over and over and over, and that's more than 10 to 12 times. And below that, I use that logo more than 10 to 12 times. You know, I just had to kind of redo it. So that is all the colors that we have right now. That's in the paste colors. That's not even the ink colors. Sorry. So, hope you like my craft room. Okay, so I have this. Now I'm going to try to see where I can see where the cross is, and I'm just going to cover that area so it'll look like it's behind it, or at least that's what I'm hoping. I think what made me think about this is that the fire in France at Notre Dame, seeing them bring out the crown of thorns kind of made me really think of this as a crown of thorns. So, but we do have a transfer. I don't have it. It's called Squeeze the Day, and it's kind of lemons. And that would have been a perfect one because it's kind of like the branches, which would look like a crown of thorns. Okay, so I have it on there like that. And I'm hoping the effect will come out the way I want it to. So, hello Becky, Kevin. Okay, so I am going to do a marbling effect on my leaves right here. So I'm going to use some parakeet. I've already mixed them. I'm going to use, I don't know, some eucalyptus just to give it a different marbling look. and I'm going to use my garden herb. And every time I open this up for the first time, there's a lot of red in it, so you have to mix it so it brings through some red. So I'm going to try to, I'm going to drop some on these, on the leaves, and then use my squeegee to go in and just kind of pick it up. Now I won't be able to reuse the paste again because it's going to be all mixed, but at least it'll give me, hopefully, the look I'm hoping for. So we will see. All right, so I am going to throw down some I don't want to use too much and waste it, but at the same time, you want to make sure you want it to look good. Okay, so I'm going to use some eucalyptus. Now, I think, did I use the parakeet? Yeah, no. I'm going to use some parakeet. Oh, I hope this comes out. I really do. I don't want to start over again, so. Okay, so using my small squeegee, I'm just going to go in and then, I guess I better hurry because it's already kind of drying. I don't really know which color is going to come through. And if I wait too long, we'll see it kind of areas where it doesn't lay down. That's where it's stuck to the transfer. So let me get an end right here and then pull it up. All right. So that is the look that I came up with. Now that I look at it, although it came out better than I expected, but I probably wouldn't use the eucalyptus. I would probably just use the garden herb and the parakeet. So now I'm going to dry this, and I got to dry it really well because I'm going to put He Is Risen over the top of it. Okay, so one of the things I need to do is I have to let my board, even though I'm using the cool setting on there, I need to let my board come back to room temperature, and that will help prevent it from picking up those layers. So, could tell you if you're interested, hi Kim, Ricardo, if you are interested in learning more about Couture or becoming a customer, or even, hello Cherie, hi Linda. If you are looking to do, gosh, I lost my train of thought, sorry. more about Couture. You could be a customer, you can just be a crafter, you can be an independent designer like I do, and like Laura Kimball, who's on there. Hi, Laura. You get things at wholesale, so that is a great thing to have. So you can't beat that. So I'm just kind of letting that come down. I couldn't figure out why I kept pulling up my layers after I spent so much time blow drying it. And it was because I actually didn't let it come back to temperature. So let me also do that. Let me close up some of these garden herb. Now, when I'm done, I'll clean the lids and I'll spray water on top. And then the next time I open it, all I have to do is stir it and it's in great shape. So I'm gonna put them over here so I don't forget to kind of clean those up when I'm done. Sometimes I get in the habit and I just put them away. And it's not really taking care of it. My paste will last longer if I take good care of it. All right, so now I'm gonna use bright white for the He Is Risen. And get my stir stick. I'm gonna put a little bit of water in here. Now I'm trying to get when I spray that in here, the mist of it, I wanted to get it away from my board, because if I get it too close to my board, it could reactivate the paste and it wouldn't look good. Okay, so, oops. And then anything I just kind of get on the board like this. Okay, wait, I got stuff on my fingernails, so I am gonna get a baby wipe and clean those off first. Let's see, hi Kathy, Debbie. Look, Debbie, I can come to Reno if you like. Okay, and I'm just gonna hit right here. And then sometimes using that or water will leave a film on it, and I can just use my board eraser and it takes that film off. I forget that sometimes. And then I'm just kind of stalling to make sure that dries good. Okay, now I'm gonna put He Is Risen. And I've already used these a couple times, so I've fuzzed them plenty of times, but I'm just gonna do it again. I don't think I did it in the last one. Okay. So it does say Matthew 28:6, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave that or cover it. I wanted to kind of go right in between that established wreath. Not a reef. Reef. It's not a reef. It's a wreath. Okay, now I am trying to find this. I want to make sure I have good contact. Now I could cover that up and just put He Is Risen, but I pretty much think I can control the squeegee enough. Sometimes I need to cover it, but I think I'm gonna get this. This is my bright white. I don't know if hopefully I didn't make it too thin. Chalking is really easy to do because if you make a mistake, all you have to do is just start over. So it's very forgiving. You just have to have some patience, and then you just have to learn a few techniques. But the transfers you can get are just, there's so many of the transfers whether they're religious, seasonal, and the Christmas ones are out of this world. And so they have really good, what am I trying to say? What holiday? Now, I think my paste is too thin. I'm a little critical of my stuff, so like that. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now, I think I thinned out my paste too much, so that's what happened. It kind of ran in there. So what I'll probably do is after this video, I'll finish this video, and then I'll probably just do it again because I like to make sure it looks really good. So, and I think it looks really good, but I just don't want He Is Risen to look like it's bleeding down there. So thank you for watching. And also I have a link to my Couture page. So if you'd like to check out what kind of transfers we have, they're on there. And if you want any more information on chalking, just get a hold to me. And thank you for watching. Bye.